easy beating every quarter for years, but these 5 companies are doing just that. Now, I like to do this video every earnings season to find stocks that have perfect earnings records. And in years past, while it's a select group of companies that are able to keep up this kind of streak, I have had pretty easy time of finding them. But with the coronavirus pandemic hitting and messing up with earnings last quarter, a lot of companies have been kicked off the list. So who has made it this time? And who actually has been kicked off the list? I had to dig real deep to find 5 companies for this week, but I did find them. So let's dive in and see who is still making this extraordinary list of having a perfect earnings track record over the last 5 years. So the first one out the gate shouldn't really be a surprise because I talk about it every earnings season, and it is Visa. Now, they have even a more extraordinary record than just this 5-year chart is showing. They actually have not missed since their IPO way back. What was it, like 2008, 2011, whatever it is, it's many years ago. So this is an amazing track record. It was a little in doubt last quarter, as I said, because a lot of the companies were having issues with the coronavirus pandemic and what was happening with their earnings. So what will happen this quarter? Eventually Visa will miss, but will it be now? We will see. And switching over to another company that maybe doesn't get talked about quite as much, but is now this year, and this is Procter Gamble with the 5-year track record as well. And as you can see, these shares are just trying to maybe break out once again here, as business has been strong, as we've all been ordering in these basic staples while we've been in a lockdown. So what will happen here? Will they do it again? We will see. And then we're going to switch over to Visa's competitor, Mastercard. Now this chart looks very similar to Visa's, except they actually have a miss only like a year ago, back into 2015 here on the chart. So they only are recently in the green for all 5 years. But still, it's been an extraordinary track record for Mastercard too. Having no misses or even just one over many years is an amazing feat and not easy to do. And especially now, this is the same questions we're talking about with Visa. What will happen in this quarter with what was going on with their earnings? Have they telegraphed well enough to the analysts to beat again? We will see. And then switching over to kind of the industrial side here, Stanley Black & Decker. This is an old economy type of stock in name, right? It sold off big in the coronavirus sell-off, but it's had a big rebound here. So can it get back up towards those, all 5-year highs there in early 2020 or going back to 2018? We will see, but this is a great track record as well. And then we're going to wrap it up with one that's kind of a little bit of a cheater, because as I said, I had a hard time finding stocks that they haven't missed. Now, my old cheater used to be PayPal, but then they missed last quarter. So they're off the cheater list of, only having started the beats there in 2017. But since they haven't missed on our chart, I'm including them. Now, ServiceNow, these shares are up big, as you can see, and that's because they have this Now platform, which is in the cloud, and all the companies are using it. And just recently, they announced they were partnering with Zoom with its customer service management system to help Zoom with its, crush of businesses it's gotten during the pandemic. That's why these shares are at these new highs. They're not cheap, though, trading at 100 times. So this is going to be one of the big momentum plays, and whether or not they can do another beat here as well. So as you can see with these 5 earnings all-stars, it pays to beat every quarter, because for the most part, other than maybe Stanley, all of them are busting out or trying to bust out or almost close to busting out. And so the street will reward companies that beat every quarter. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, oh, management can do that. They just come in, guide with a lower amount and then they beat. Well, things happen, as we saw with the coronavirus crisis that hit, and still these companies managed to beat last quarter. We'll see if they can do it again here, but that is good management in terms of expectations with the analysts. So keep these things in mind. It's not easy beating every quarter. As I said, for 5 years, these companies have been doing it. What other ones have? I'll be tweeting out some of the other charts I did manage to find, and I'll be tweeting out a couple of the others like PayPal that missed last quarter, so I can no longer include them on this video. But that's just a tremendous track record too, to only have one miss in the 5-year period. So be sure to get all of our charts and videos and everything. You can get the charts on Zacks.com, but go to Zacks.com/YouTube to get our videos and subscribe over there. And I'll see you again next time with some more charts.